Okay, so I bought this tool just to double check the parts that I'm purchasing. A bunch of remanufactured genuine Audi fuel injectors. There you go, you can see a little better now. The new nylon or Teflon little ring at the bottom, rings, locking washer, and they were tested. It's because a new set of fuel injectors is like $3,000 for the RS5 and it's like $2,500 for the Audi R8. I test my theory, which is if you buy remanufactured or new used parts on eBay or a similar site, and they say that they're tested and go through the rigorous process to make sure that they're actually to OEM spec, I want to test to see if that's true. A bunch of these, I also bought another set over here, and then for the R8, I have another, I think 10 or 12, 16, I can't remember. They do sell a more expensive version of this tool that does recycles the fluid, has an ultrasonic cleaner, but it's like $400 or $500. This was like 130 bucks. This is, there's a couple O-ring attachments. They give you a whole bunch of them. And you put your fuel injector in, put it on this pseudo rail here, you pressurize the rail, and you have signals, so positive and negative for both. You can test manually or automatically to go through a 600 to like 6,000 RPM cycle to essentially mimic what would be happening in the car. Use is just isopropyl alcohol. The higher percentage is better, so there's no water that could dissolve or damage the components inside. Really important is you don't want to use any fuel additive, something that you'd put into the gas tank, and it says like fuel injector cleaner. Yes, that's fine if you're putting it in the system and it's designed not to have alcohol in it so it doesn't destroy your catalytic converters. Since I'm taking these off and I want to clean them off the car, you have to use a different solution. Make sure you're not using something that is not compatible with your set or your tool. You need 12 volts. I just have a jumper pack here, but you can use like a 12 volt battery or something else that you have sitting around. Connected, do 12 volt power in. You can see that there's a mode of manual automatic and it just defaults to 600 RPM. But you want to turn the pump on. It'll pressurize this, and you can see goes to about like 15 psi, so you can check to make sure nothing else is leaking. Also that this whole thing is tight, make sure it's snug. And one way initially to test is if you have any immediate leaks. Immediately leaking when it's pressurized in the system, then you already have a failed fuel injector. The spray pattern, we're going to check how much, and you can actually do a really good comparison between multiple fuel injectors. If it's the same tolerance, then you're good. Same thing with the spray pattern. If it's obviously it's not spraying at certain RPMs, then we know that that's bad or it needs to be rebuilt or we need to replace that. I'm going to set this to automatic. It'll essentially cycle through, and then you'll be able to get a good reading after this. It's a fun little science experiment to be able to test to see if what you purchased is what it says it is, if it's new, remanufactured, or used, based on each other leaking, or they didn't have a consistent spray pattern, and these all were consistent. So once I'm done going through everything, I'll compare all the good ones to each other, perform to OEM specs. So I'll swap these out, I'll put them in the good pile, and then after that, we'll just do all of the R8 ones. And this is just a good way to make sure that you're testing everything before you install it. What I don't want to have happen is, yes, if you install $3,000 or $3,500 fuel injectors, they are new, they're from the factory, still be a DOA part that fails from the factory. So it's good just to test so you don't do all the work, and then you start the car up and it has a misfire or it's rough idle or something else could be happening. This is just like kind of future-proofing yourself.